Good morning. Welcome to day 115, Tuesday, July 30th, 2024. It's a little after 6, so sleeping in a little bit. So it's the end of July, so daybreak is happening a little later every day. So I think I'm not necessarily getting up as early. I just have to remember that it's staying dark later out. So that's all right. As I'm out here on the trail, that'll work itself out. And I could have gotten started earlier and gotten camp broken down. Like, all right, gonna have a second cup of coffee and just enjoy this little spot here. So we probably won't be moving until about 7 or so. That's fine. We're gonna have more of a road walk today, but eventually we will be back on trail. Oh boy. We're gonna be on a Forest Service road for a while. Don't know what that road's gonna be like. Then we're gonna hook back up with a trail and be on a trail for 3 miles, and that trail will eventually take us back to the PCT. Now, we're only at about like 2,300 feet or so right now. And when we hook back up with the PCT, it's like 6,500. So we're going to be doing some climbing soon. This road, Scotty River Road, really we haven't been climbing too much. So I imagine once we get on the Forest Service Road and the trail, that's where the real climbing will start. Other than that, feeling pretty good. My feet, of course, are a little tender. My right foot, the right ankle was tender the past few days, and now it's more like the top of my right foot, right below the toes. There's like a bone, not a bone, or there's something there, and it's tender. I think it's just from the way walking on the road, it was hitting the shoe, whatever. It's tender, but it's not painful. Everything will loosen up in about an hour. I'm going to take advantage. I'm going to go back to the day use beach area. It's about not even a 5-minute walk, and get rid of some trash and use the privy. Yeah, I had bought some like cheese and pepperoni and some street tacos. I wasn't super hungry last night just because I had lunch. And so that, none of that stuff is going to keep. So I'm going to end up throwing the rest of that stuff out. At least I don't have to carry it. Yeah, I did see on Far Out there were a few other folks who were doing a continuous footpath. One group, they weren't necessarily getting back on the trail where I am. They were like doing a continuous footpath all the way to Sead Valley on the road. They basically took this road and then hooked up with another Highway 96, I think. But I'm going to get back on the trail. Well, since the trail is close enough, and we'll go from there. So that's the morning update. A few mosquitoes are starting to fly around a little bit, so I'm going to get things packed up here. See ya on the road. All right, 6:30. Man, everything is a little stiff and sore. Legs and feet, everything else is good, but yowzers. We're heading to this privy and trash cans. Very convenient. We'll take advantage of that, and then we'll be on our way. Just getting ready to leave the campsite, and I just noticed we're right next to tree number 8. Say hello to tree number 8. Well, that's 14 miles and some change on this road. We're finally going to be veering off shortly. All right, we've made it to the Forest Service Road.
See how long this goes. All right, the climbing has begun in earnest. I'm actually surprised it's not a dirt road. This is actually a nice Forest Service road. The question is, will we see any cars on this part? I thought I heard an engine. We shall see. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday because it was near the end of the day and I just wanted to get to a campsite, but probably 2 hours before I settled down, a car stopped, an older woman with a dog, and she offered to give me a ride to the trailhead. So of course I had to explain, oh, I really appreciate it, but doing a continuous footpath. She looked a little doubtful, wished me good luck, and was on her way. Sadly, she didn't have any cold drinks. I didn't ask, but didn't look like she did. I would have taken one. All right, continue marching up here. All right, there's good signage, which is nice. We are going to head to the box camp trailhead. Just looked on Google Maps. We got a long way to go. Look at this. The road is actually getting better. All right, we made it to the box camp trailhead. We're at 5,400 feet. So that's about 3,000 feet of climbing so far. I'm ready for some electrolytes. Just got to find some good running water, hopefully on this trail somewhere. All right, it's 1 o'clock. We're still on the box camp trail, climbing towards the PCT. I'm just dying for some electrolytes. There hasn't been any water. There's a small seasonal stream just a little bit further up the trail, so I came back. There's these nice logs and shade. I'm gonna collect some water and make some electrolytes. All right, it's 1:30. Man, I'm really feeling beat already. I think the past 2 days of plus 20 miles and road walking, I'm just tired today. Hopefully the electrolytes and some peanuts and jerky will give me a little energy. And we're gonna still be climbing up to the PCT. I would definitely have an early day today for sure. Hopefully don't go a full 9 or 10 hours, but I'm not gonna have water or camping on the PCT for a few miles. So let's get there first. Okay, here's where I got my water from. It wasn't easy, but made it work with a cup and scooping. All right, so it's 2:30, taking a little pack break. We're getting close to that lovely red line, the Pacific Crest Trail. But look at this view I have. All right, it's time to get moving. Let's go reconnect with the PCT. I am very tired. We're not on the PCT yet, but this is a nice shady campsite. If there was a water source here, I would call it a day right here and just relax. Sadly, no water, so we got to keep going. My poor legs and feet. All right, let's go. We made it. We're back. on the Pacific Crest Trail at mile marker 1627.7. Northbound we march. We're in search of water and a campsite. Ready to be done for the day, but I think we're still gonna have a couple of hours of hiking. All right, it's about 3:15. Looks like in about a little over a mile, there's gonna be a spot to camp at Kelsey Creek. So that's what we're shooting for. Another half hour, 40 minutes of hiking. I think I can manage that. All right, it's about 4 o'clock. We are at Paradise Lake and Kelsey Creek. So there are a bunch of spots back in the woods with some shade. So this is where I'm gonna spend the night. There's a lake outlet where I'll probably get water, but there was also reports of a spring going into the lake. And I'm just curious if I can find that, because that sounds like good water as well. So I'm gonna do a little looking around here and get camp set up. And apparently the deer are very aggressive for salt here, so obviously keep everything inside the tent, and I don't want to leave my backpack unattended for too long. So that's the update. I'm beat. Electrolytes in about 30 minutes stat. Yeah, so now that we're back on the PCT for the almost 28 miles of trail closure, I probably walked just under 60 miles to keep a continuous footpath. So, wow. That explains why I'm tired. So, yeah, I'm gonna just forget about the spring. I'll just use the outlet. Although the lake looks kind of green, that's just grass growing. It's a shallow lake. The water actually looks very clear, like no algae or anything. So hopefully the outlet water is a bit on the cool side, but at this point I'll take anything. So we're on the north side of the lake. There are also a bunch of camping spots on the east side. This one looks pretty shady. Even has a little stool. All right, so it's about 4:30. I think I'm the only one here at the lake so far. I've got all my water chores done, but the water I was getting from the outlet, it's fine for boiling and for tomorrow morning in the hydration bladder, but it's not particularly cold. So there are reports of a stream feeding into the lake, a spring, where the water is much colder. So I'm on a quest to get some of that water for my electrolytes. So that's where I'm headed right now. All right, that was definitely worth a little side trip. This water is much colder. It's gonna taste much better with some Gatorade in it. So worth the little side trip. Okay, so these are my town cargo shorts. This is where the failure is, where I have to resew the bottom of this on my ones I'm using for hiking, but I don't have the inclination or energy to do that right now. But this is failing a little bit on the side pocket, so hopefully I can quickly stitch this up and I can keep using these until I properly repair my hiking shorts. All right, so I just spent about 20 to 30 minutes trying to thread a sewing needle. It's impossible. So I've just got some Gorilla Tape on my tear right now. And Sarah sent me a package with thread. It's already going to be pre-threaded. The thread is already going to be in the needle. I feel like the last sewing kit I bought, that's how they were. This one wasn't. And there's just no way for me to make that happen. So just have to wait another day and just probably tape these pants every day just to keep them, because this tape won't last probably more than a day. So that's that. On to the electrolytes.
All right, it's around 5:30. We're gonna do a recap so I can get all my stuff done and relax. We're camped at around 6,100 feet, so hopefully much cooler. It definitely feels cooler just in the shade here, so that's nice. Gonna keep drinking electrolytes. Did I see any cars today? I saw one. As I was making my way up the road towards the final road walk to Box Camp Trailhead, a white pickup truck, I think it was a Forest Service pickup truck, but it had like paramedic on it. And there was one guy in there and he was continuing up the road. He didn't go to Box Camp, so you could also go to Paradise Valley Trailhead from there. So I guess he went there, or there were some other Forest Service roads to take. I did see some vehicles, but they turned off before they caught up to me. So he was the only one who actually passed me. So not a whole lot of traffic. Yeah, definitely a lot of climbing today. I don't know how many miles I did today, just because with the road walk on Scott River Road and the Forest Service road walk. Figure I started at 7, I got done at 5, 4:30ish maybe, averaging 2 miles an hour. So whatever that ends up being, that's probably what I did mileage wise. 9 times 16, 18, probably something like that, I'm guessing, miles. So, but we're back on the PCT. We're at mile like 1,630, give or take. So, very good. Gonna get tomorrow situated, figure out what's for dinner tonight. I am feeling a bit hungry, which is good. I still have some, what are they called? Dots pretzels. Dots. I love Dots pretzels. Gonna have some of those. And probably we'll have about a 20-mile day tomorrow, which I don't think will get me this Sayad Valley. So probably Thursday I'll be getting in there, get my resupply packages, get some decent thread and needle, repair both of my shorts, and yeah, we'll see what happens there, whether I hang out there or keep going. To be determined. See you in the morning.
So it's about 7:30 on Tuesday morning, and this morning I woke up and it's been cool out at night, so I've been putting a fan in the window and turning the air conditioning off. We have screens in the window, so I took the fan in the window off, and there was a bat hanging out on the screen. So I took a moment, closed the window. So the bat was stuck in between the window and the screen. I'll insert the photo. And because of course I was too flustered to do anything at that point. But I had just woken up, so I had to go to the bathroom. So between I went to the bathroom, brushed my teeth, regrouped, I came back into our bedroom, and the bat is gone. So now, of course, I'm having these irrational fears of, where did the bat go? Is it in the house? Where is it? So I have no idea where the bat went. We've had bats before, years and years ago, always the night before we left on a trip at like 9:30 p.m. But we had the people come in, the pest folks, that closed all the holes in the attic and that sort of thing. I mean, our house is from the 1920s, so there's going to be things in the bat people, pest people that came, said they just moved from one house to another in this area. So I just hope they're not back. So, but I also would like to know where this bat went, because I came back into our bedroom and it's gone. Let me flip it around. So that's the window it was on, and it was just like clinging on. So I came back in after going to the bathroom and it's gone. I did put a towel there because it doesn't close all the way, but I don't know. Hopefully he's gone, but We'll see. Okay, friends are the best. My friend Matt came down to help me find this bat. We like took everything out and I couldn't figure out where the bat had gone. And Matt wasn't looking at the window. Hold on, let me flip. And the bat is like in there, tucked into the window. So at least we found him. Okay, so now we can see the bat better. Right there. We have the window propped open with a fork, but Matt's gonna try to like get him out a little bit more, but at least he's not in that room. Get out, Pat, get out. So I'm a visual person, and so to help Brian navigate the fires, I need to have a better representation of where they are in relation to the PCT on like a big map. So I came to AAA, put our membership to use, and got a map so I can kind of highlight where the fires are and potential roadwalks around them. So it was also no excuse. I took the Prius for a ride today, so it got a drive. But yeah, so a little trip to the grocery store and then home. After the bat excitement today, I went for a walk, watched the women's Olympic team. The USA won the team event, so that was great. Now just taking care of the errands.